What can I say? That's why I always stay ready. I'm ready.
Alright, so what's going on, Sauce Nation? Your boy Maine here, and look, today we're going to be doing our top 5 games of 2020. So this has been a pretty interesting year of gaming, and just a very interesting year overall. This has been a crazy year, man. We all been through stuff this year. This has been overall just a, like I said, a crazy year. And that's been the same way with ROBLOX Gaming. This was a meh year, I will say. We had some solid games drop this year, but overall, I think this was just an overall meh year. Roblox was pretty rough all year long. But with that being said, we're still dropping our top 5 games of 2020. Now, you guys remember, this is my opinion. This is strictly my opinion. I'm not declaring this as facts. So your opinion, what you think is the top 5, is probably different as what I think is my top 5. And keep in mind that my top 5 of 2020 are games that released in 2020. I don't try to include any games that released before that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this top 10 games, or top 5 games of 2020 for me. Now, I got 2 honorable mentions starting out. Now, these 2 games, I think, had a ton of potential, and for whatever reason, could be the community, could be the devs, could just be bad timing, whatever excuse that you want to give these games, it just didn't hit the peak potential that I thought it could have hit. Now, the first game is DBOG. I spoke on DBG many times prior to release. I think it released back like in January or February. I speak many times prior to release, and I thought DBG was going to be something special. And I feel like even though it was delayed so many times, the release just wasn't ready yet. It wasn't ready, and like I said, I feel now if releasing the state that was in, as in now, it would have been so much of a better game. It could have. The growing pains would have been so bad, but it just missed the target at the beginning for the level and the lack of content, for whatever the case may be. It just wasn't it, and unfortunately, the game just never really took off, and it couldn't really get back on its feet. It did solid, you know what I'm saying. I think it still gets over 1K players, and it's still, you know, doing decent or whatever. But I feel like the game was a lot of waste potential, especially I know how much Sony cared about that game. He really cared about the game. He really put a lot of hard work into the game. He really wanted that game to be well. But just, you know, sometimes in life, things don't work out how you want it to. And it was just one of those cases where he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into something, and it just didn't work out the way that it was supposed to work out. And yeah, he's got to bounce back, keep moving on from that. But yeah, DBOG should have been something special, and it wasn't, sadly. Now, my number 2 is my second honorable mention is Plus Ultra 2. Plus Ultra 2 was pretty. It came with the whole ideal of creating your own quirk, and when we first heard about that was crazy in my mind. Creating your own quirk, bro, and it started off amazing, bro. The first test of Plus Ultra, bro, it had me hyped, bro. I'm like, bro, I can literally make whatever I want. And unfortunately, the game just kind of it started off really strong, but then just the excitement of like some of the powers just not feeling the same, and then the lack of it sounds weird. I say the lack of powers, even though you could create any power you wanted, not being able to truly get that all for one, or that hellfire, or that I say hellfire, hellflame, or that half hot half cold, not being able to really get that quirk really made it like and then there was one update that just had made the game entirely way too grindy, and I think I quit playing after that. I just couldn't do the grind. It just became too grindy, and I feel like it was a good game that if it had a repeat, if they could redo what they did, exactly the way they did, forget about the release and re-release it just with a little bit of knowledge of where they went wrong, it could have been a really, really good game. But unfortunately, like I said, you don't get redos in life, and unfortunately, it missed the target. And those are for my 2 honorable mentions of games I feel like should have been pretty good, that really should have been on my top list of 2020, but unfortunately, they are not. Now, let's throw this out. So this is in chronological order this time. This is my top 5 games in order of which ones I have enjoyed the most this year. Once again, reiterate, this is my opinion, and this is strictly based on my enjoyment of what happiness it brought while I was playing it. Now, coming in at number 5, that's All-Star Tower Defense. Now, this game is a really good game. Oh my gosh, it satisfied my gacha. I have a really bad gacha addiction, and it's really bad. And it satisfied that, and I like that. Even though it's making me spend a bunch of money on games, I really like the gacha aspect of it. Don't ask me, man, why do you like spending money on stuff? I don't know, but I do. I really love it. I get so much satisfaction of spending for a character and getting the character I want. So to be able to spend for anime character, something I love so much, and be able to see that 5-star, it just gets me. Oh, it gets me going. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, it gets me going. Now, the only thing this game lacks in is that, for me personally, is I'm just not a big tower defense player. And being that's the funny part, is like being a non-big tower defense character, I actually enjoy playing this. Somebody who doesn't like playing tower defense character, they typically just kind of boring and not super fun to me. I actually have fun playing this game. Now, I haven't grinded like super crazy, but when I do play, I do enjoy it. I just kind of get like, I have my spurts on when I play here, on and off, on and off, on and off. But collect those characters. I always want to get on and get the new characters, see what they got, see what their abilities are, see what their skills are, and that enough for me is good enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is a perfect game, and it takes way too much of my money. Oh my gosh, it's expensive to play, but I cannot be a free-to-play player. But this is coming in my number 5, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun on All-Star Tower Defense. Now, coming in at my number 4, that is AUT, a Universal Time. Now, I didn't think a JoJo game would make my top 5 list, but honestly, I had a lot of fun playing this JoJo game. Not gonna lie to you. Only thing I wish was I enjoyed the PvP more. If the PvP was a little bit better, man. The PvP was just something. It was the style I like. Oh my gosh! But like, if I had like the PvP from that JoJo, from the new JoJo, from Troublesome Battleground 2. Oh my gosh, this game would be so much. This game would be so much fun if it had a better PvP system. Because once again, like I said, the act of collecting stands in JoJo games are so much fun to me. Like just to get around, it's gotcha. I love it. I don't know why, but I love it, man. Getting something rare and collecting it. Excuse me, stabbing myself and praying that I get it gives me extreme satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what I get after I stab myself and making these unique combos, and that's fun to me. I'm not saying it's fun to everybody. For me, that's fun to me, and I had a lot of fun. And then one thing that this JoJo game that other JoJo games typically don't do is that they added a lot of non-canon things. I'm not a super big JoJo fan, so it following the canon doesn't please me. I know a lot of people like just want to see like the stuff from their favorite anime, but for me, it's not my favorite anime. I haven't even finished it. So to see all these different unique things, I know I got like a lot of Undertale things. We had like a Master Ultra Instinct, and we had Scythes, and we had all kinds of crazy stuff, Thanos, and it was just all kinds of cool stands. That made it fun for me personally, seeing all these different things. And you had to go like to these different methods, like get this stand and give it to this, give it this thing, then give it this thing, then give it this thing to make this thing. And I know I'm saying a lot of things, but you guys get the point. To make those rare stands, you had to like go through multi steps, and that was honestly pretty fun to me. I actually enjoyed it, and like I said, the only thing that I needed more was a better PvP system. If there was more of a reason, like after I collected those stands, if I had more of a reason to play, more reason to go PvP, I feel like if that game had like that, but then like the PvE or like more to it, like the stands online, could have been a really good game in my personal opinion. But overall, I had a lot of fun playing a Universal Time, and that Scythe was clean. I still wish I would have got my Scythe first Chara when I had that data reset and lost my stuff. That hurt, man. That hurt, bro. Not gonna lie, I lost my Scythe, bro. Sorry. All right, moving on to number 3. Now I know a lot of you guys are gonna say this game flopped, and I'll say you're right. You know what I'm saying? This game did take a tremendous hit, but I think it's definitely gonna bounce back this year. And while I was playing it, I honestly had an amazing time. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and I only want to see. I just hope that he continues with it. I know it's gonna be hard, but that game is World of Magic. World of Magic was a lot of fun to me. I know a lot of people a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people did like it. And I know a lot of people wanted to compare it to Arcane Adventures 2 or whatever. I think the game is actually in a revamp to call Arcane Odyssey. But honestly, I had a lot of fun with this game. The magic creation system wasn't that crazy, and you really couldn't do much in the game. But when we was making a guild, at sometimes with the lot time guild, man, I had a lot of fun with that guild, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and just playing it and trying to get my magics, and I can't tell you how many characters I actually level up to max level, and farming and then the fishing. But honestly, I had a lot of fun with this game, and just knowing the potential that was behind the game, right? Like the ideas they had on the trailer, man. Obviously, all those things didn't come to fruition just yet. But just the lore behind it, how he had different worlds, and all the stuff that he was gonna do for the game, and I'm hoping that he still does for the game. I had fun, man. I was super excited for World of Magic, and I'm still excited for Arcane Odyssey. I just hope that he continues it and you know, do the things that need to be done to make the game successful. So it's a lot that needs to be done from the game, and I still did the game. I think he should have kept the game in paid access. If the game was in paid access, it would have did so much better in my personal opinion. It just wasn't ready for free release. It didn't have enough content, and he didn't reset stats, and so people was already basically max level, and it just made some mistakes. But through all those mistakes, I still really enjoyed the game. Now, coming in at number 2, we have the biggest Roblox anime game to hit Roblox, man. This game broke crazy numbers, had a lot of controversy behind this, a lot of beef. I got into a little bit of stuff myself, but through all that, you know what I'm saying, Shinobi Life 2, or now known as Shindo Life, was a really fun game. I like it. I don't care what anybody says, you know what I'm saying, this is your opinion, but I enjoyed Shindo Life, Shinobi Life 2, and through it all, through the game get taken down, through the meta changing. Oh my god, let's talk about that meta, man. Pre-Rinnegan was the best day of the game, my guy. Pre-Rinnegan, the PvP was so much fun. Pre-Rinnegan, it wasn't a perfect PvP system, but it was a fun PvP system, and that's the most important thing. Is at the end of the day, is the PvP fun? Is your fighting? Is your PvP fun? And that's what I had fun, man. I would go fight in arena all day long and just beat up kids, man. I would just dog kids, man. But then that Rinnegan came out, and nothing was the same. After Rinnegan, nothing was the same, man. And unfortunately, it just got worse and worse. We got Itachi Mangekyo Sharingan, and Dataraz Clay, and Shisui Sharingan, and everything in between. And man, then the introduction of private servers. I actually really enjoy private servers because it helped me get things. I can't tell you guys how much sleep I missed out on that game, but when private servers came into the game, that made all the rarities shoot up into the sky. I remember back in the day, I think it was the 9 tails. 9 tails like 1 in 25 or 1 in 30, right? That was like the most rare thing in the game. Getting the 9 tails, man. You had to get lucky to get that 1 in 30 chance. But now everything is like 1 in 50 and above. This thing's like 1 in 60, 1 in 100. Like everything is just like 1 in 150. 1 in 50. That's just, oh my gosh. Farming for things in the game now is honestly a pain. I don't enjoy it, to be honest with you guys. I hate getting on to try to get something, and I just don't get it, bro. Or fighting new bosses and they despawn 1 minute before. I mean, I get it to spawn 1 minute before it despawns. New bosses are tough. That has been frustrating. Has definitely been deteriorating for me playing the game. But early Shinobi Story 2, Shinobi Life 2 was a good time, and I had a lot of fun going for those gens and trying to get those drops and fighting trying to fight over those drops, you know what I'm saying? You know, fight for the spawn. You see people all loaded up right there. You get the boxing and stuff right there. Going to the forest of death, the box, and god dang, it was fun, man. Not gonna lie to you guys. Punching that log for a lot of hours, the level stuff wasn't fun, but the game overall, I had some good time on it. Now coming in at my number 1, and that is Grand Peace Online. Grand Peace Online has been a lot of fun, and it started off really hot, man. You know what I'm saying? We was grinding mug, bro. Early on before release, that PvP in the game, Whoo, that was so much fun. Like, we had like our CC version of the game. That's what we be calling it, man. That PvP was a lot of fun. Even when it released, we still had a lot of fun in the game. And I'm really hoping that this game just continues to add on point to it. I'm really hoping we get like some more PvP stuff. We already seen that they're gonna get a Coliseum eventually, but hopefully for you can like you know kind of pick up the updates. We definitely took like what 5 weeks for the first update. That was a little bit much, you know what I'm saying, made the content dry. But when I'm actually playing the game, there's actually things to do. I love the boss fights of what's the name of the game of GPO. I think they have the boss fights are fun. They feel like boss fights. Now that nail fight kind of crazy, but you know, even just the new stuff, the Santa boss is really nice. The dude with the Shishi Song, he's really nice. And the ones from pre-update one, like Axeham Morgan and Buggy and Arlong, those all were really good boss fights, and I really enjoyed that. I think One Piece is my favorite, and one of my favorite. Well, I can always go back and forth, man. One Piece and Hunter x Hunter, my 2 favorite anime, bro. So I'm gonna say One Piece is my favorite anime. I love it, and just being in the environment of One Piece makes it a lot of fun. So I'm just hoping that he continues to add upon it. And yeah, this is the game I had a lot of fun with. I've been waiting for GPO for years, so for it to finally have come out was definitely satisfying for me. But anyway, that's about it for me. Let me know your top 5 games of 2020. Obviously, it doesn't have to be anime games. Any games that you play in general. Just so happened that most of my lists were anime games except World of Magic. But anyway, let me know your top 5 lists of 2020. And let's discuss down in the comment section. I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. If you can, recommend order, because I definitely want to see your order behind them. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you boys next one. Till then, it's been your boy iBeMaine. I am signing out. Peace.